Good morning, Father Denis here with a word of encouragement. Today we want to talk about a question in action. It has happened that in life we are all invited to have a question that needs an answer. For me, I look at life as a big question that needs more frequent answers that at the end of the day will compound to the big answer. Now, what does that really mean? Look at what happens, and especially when we realize that we lack some knowledge. In the scriptures, it's evident that Micah is asking, who is like you, who forgives and doesn't keep the guilt of the people, but always looks up to show mercy and compassion. If you ask yourself, why did Micah ask to ask such a question? We can read from his question that he wanted to direct our thinking that there is no other God like the one we believe in and we are worshiping. Look at that. The same thing that Christ does when he asks, who is my mother and my brother? Now, this is something you may be shocked about to hear Christ himself asking such a question, especially when the mothers come to look for him after we are told 3 days journey. But it is some opportunity that Christ got to answer the question that was in the mind of the crowd. We all know Christ knew himself, so he could have no need to ask such a question. But for him to direct the crowd on who he was, he put it clearly. My mother, my sister and brothers are those who do the will of the Father. Now that becomes clear to us that when we have good questions, we are able to direct our thoughts. And that's what I can witness today. When we look in this pandemic, everyone is trying to look for an answer to the COVID-19. But in reality, there is no one answer that can be found. Well and good if answers are found. But are we all going to focus on answers? Not really. My mentor, John Maxwell, has taught me a simple lesson. That if you want to grow, you need to grow with people around you. When I look back, my big question remains, how can I grow my potential? On this pandemic, I'm asking my small question. What can I do to multiply my growth? And I saw it rightly. And now we are focused to go to the young. When we are going to help them to grow their potential to lead their lives as a response to this COVID-19. If this is what we have chosen, then the old saying is right. If you can't do great things, do small things with greatness. I want to wish you all the very best as you reflect to ask yourself a question that will lead to action.